from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Tuesday, June 27th. So today we have the moon in Libra all day. So of course, we're trying to stay light and fluffy. We're trying to stay in the shallow end of our emotions. We are very focused on finding peace and harmony and balance within ourselves, within our relationships, within our environment. And we are definitely trying to push the envelope, if you will, tapping into new levels of creativity, especially where coming up with solutions to move forward are concerned. So there are 8 different aspects here today, a semi-quiet day in the cosmos, let's say. 6 of these aspects will involve the moon. The moon in Libra is going to make a beautiful aspect with Uranus, the Great Awakener, who of course is in Taurus energy. Libra and Taurus energy ruled over by Venus, definitely pushing us to see where balance is needed, especially having some shocking information, some shocking disruptions, if you will, that will have us looking at especially our relationship dynamics from a different set of eyes. The Uranian energy in Taurus is here to shake things up, to wake things up, to put us on a different path where we are essentially recognizing where it is that we're overly attached to people, places, ideas, things in our physical realm. And because of that, we are essentially stunting our growth. And of course, the moon being in Libran energy, focusing in on the extremes of our current circumstances, pushes us to see where it is that we have to take extra energy, make extra effort in order to balance those particular areas out. The moon in Libra will sextile with its ruler, Venus, who of course is in this Leo energy, the heart and soul of the zodiac. This is definitely going to bring on the feels, really kind of activate our heart chakras, and really put us in an interesting position to identify what it is that we're lacking, what it is that we want, we need, we desire, and from that, really unleash a new level of creativity on how it is that we are going to create and establish the things that we're now realizing we are lacking. The moon is going to oppose Chiron. Chiron, of course, the wounded healer in Aries energy. Aries energy sits across from Libran energy. And this could go one of 2 ways. This could be an epiphany, an aha moment where we are coming up with a plan, a strategy, a solution on where it is that we need to grow, where it is that we have to move forward, where it is that we have to make some progress in kind of healing certain aspects of ourselves that are essentially creating the blockages from us moving forward. Or it could definitely open us up, expose all the wounds, rub salt in those wounds, if you will, and show us just where it is that we are cluster F from being able to heal, to grow, to make the progress moving forward, because we have some unresolved issues that we've been running away from, that we have, again, in the moon in Libra, wanting to stay in the shallow end of our emotions, where it is that we have actively been playing a part by keeping these wounds, these problems alive. This, although may not feel good, is a realization that you actually do have the power to get out of your own way, to heal some of the pain and trauma, some of the roadblocks in your mental plane that are preventing you from moving forward. The moon will then interact with Uranus again, this time not as nice as the earlier aspect. This particular point in time, it's going to create a little bit of a conflict, a little bit of a tension point with the push and pull, with the give and take. We are going to be offered an opportunity to see a choice point, a decision point, if you will. And a lot of this, again, is realizing where it is that we're overly resistant to change, where it is that we're having a hard time breaking free from some of the old constructs that our old version of ourselves or our old reality had definitely put into place, and where essentially we have the option, we have the choice point to choose differently, to really take a different action than some of the actions that we've previously taken in order to get a different result. The moon will then interact with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who of course is retrograde in this Pisces energy, and this is probably going to be a little bit weighted as far as us feeling like we have to figure everything out, like we have to rearrange everything, like we have too much on our to-do list, like we are kind of in a funk. The Pisces energy wants us to go deep. The Libran energy wants us to stay in the shallow end. And if we are able to find the balance and kind of meet in the middle, that's great. We will see a positive shift, not only in our mood and our attitude, but in our belief systems, because that's what the Pisces energy is here to do, is kind of deconstruct the falsehood of some of the lies, some of the fables that we tell ourselves that, of course, will keep us in a state of paralysis from being able to actually move forward. The moon interacting with Saturn in this way is going to bring to light where it is that we do have to kind of move out of the shallow end, really kind of ease ourselves into the deep end of the pool in order to figure out what it is that we have grown out of as far as roles, responsibilities, obligations, and commitments go, where it is that we want to build something better for ourselves, where it is that the fears, the doubts, the insecurities are preventing us from actually moving forward and taking the huge leaps of growth that we need to be taking at this particular point in time. The moon in Libra is going to sextile, which is a beautiful energy, with Mars, who of course rules over our physical energy, our passions, our desires, even our anger, who of course is in the heart and soul of the zodiac in Leo energy. This again is kind of like a bump in our creativity, in our inspiration, in our motivation, in our determination for us to come up with a plan, with a strategy, and actually move forward in the pursuit of our happiness, in the pursuit of our passion, in the pursuit of truly going after something that will help us build a reality that not only looks good, but that feels good, because it is built out of an alignment with the higher self instead of being built out of our ego selves. Now, the only two aspects that don't involve the moon here today involve Mercury. Mercury rules over the mental plane, rules over information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves. And Mercury just moved into Cancer energy here yesterday. If you need to go back, listen to that astro forecast, by all means do so. If you have your Cancer season e-guide out and available, definitely be looking at this particular section in your workbook. Make some notes on what it is that is changing as far as your mood, your attitude, your perception, your understanding, your thought process, new ideas coming in. We are just getting started here in this Cancer energy. So Mercury, now in this Cancer energy, is going to make a positive interaction with Chiron. Chiron being the wounded healer in this Aries energy, helping us to kind of deal with our mental health issues, deal with our identity issues, really kind of take a good look at the ego and what it is that the ego's created, and where it is that some of those creations that we're no longer in alignment with are due to kind of growing and healing those particular aspects of ourselves. And therefore, we are working on bringing certain aspects into a closure point so that we can actually move on, start building something more authentic, more in alignment to our higher selves. Well, Mercury and Chiron coming together, first of all, popping off in our mental plane, we're having some pretty profound aha moments on the wounds that we carry, especially when it comes to inner child wounds and the mother role. And the reason for that is because of the Cancer energy that we're in. So we are kind of identifying where the wounds have kind of gotten created through our experience in our upbringing, through those particular relationship dynamics. Once we have this aha moment, we can start kind of working in our inner realm in a different way. And even more than that, if you are presented the opportunity to get some things off your chest and to have a heart-to-heart conversation with whoever needs to kind of hear it, this would be an opportune time to kind of make some progress in really expressing ourselves, having that heart to heart, being very, very in touch with our emotions, with our intuition, and having the conversations that are going to help us reconcile, get back on the same page, kind of clean the slate, if you will, and essentially help us grow and heal. The other aspect is Mercury interacting in a very positive way with the North Node. And of course, this is our soul path. This is our destiny point. What this can do for us is it's either going to kind of trigger new information, new details that will emerge that will help us kind of grow and improve and strategize on the plan that we are working on to actually move forward. Or it could connect us with people who are going to support us and encourage our growth, maybe bounce some ideas off of, maybe kind of have an aha moment, a trigger of a motivation, of an inspiration coming out of a conversation that will kind of put together some of the puzzle pieces that have been on the table that don't really fit in with each other as of yet. And of course, as we're snapping these puzzle pieces together, we are seeing the greater, grander picture on what it is that we want for ourselves, what we want to manifest, but more importantly, the steps forward that we need to be taking in order to actually align with that vision, with that dream, with that goal.